Good morning, my friends. God bless you. Donovan here with the Gentive Press. I want to talk to you a little bit about the latest tool that I have put into beta testing. So this means, because it's in beta, that you can use this for free. You can help me develop a better tool. This is definitely one of those tools that I really could use your help with to improve and get feedback on. We're definitely moving in the right direction. We got a lot of things still we have to do with it. There's still some tweaks I have to do with it. It's not perfect, but you know what? It's good enough that I felt I needed to put it out there, even though it's not exactly, I'm kind of ADHD when it comes to certain things like this. It's not exactly how I want it to run yet. It's still doing things that I don't like, but it's producing enough of what actually would be useful that I felt comfortable putting it out there, with the asterisk, with the caveat that people know, you're going to get some things that might not exactly line up, but it's going to be good enough for some people. In fact, I've already had one author use it, and that's exactly what she said. She found some results. That one result she had already, two things she had already signed up for, but she found something that she didn't, and that's why I put it out there, because I think it's going to be helpful for us as indie authors to discover and find events for us. So, because there is not one place we can go to find events, and so we're going to try to address that here at the Gentive Press. But this is the start of that battle. So, introducing to you Evie. So Evie is been in baking for a while, but like I said, got her enough that I think we can move forward. So you can find it. This is her homepage. But if you go to gentivpress.net, so we go to the homepage here, and so this is the homepage for our website. And to get to Evie, all you got to do is go to the top. It's services. Now Evie comes in two flavors. Okay, she has an Evie Lite version, which you can only access here, okay, on this tab. So then she has I'll call the regular version, or what we call the Max version right now, and you can only access that from the services tab. So to get there, you just go to Evie Max, author event discovery report, okay, and so that takes you to Evie's home screen. And so what does Evie do? She finds indie author events that you can sell your books at. That's what she does. That's what it does. Okay, and so she looks at based on the criteria that you give it, the events that will work best for you, and gives you a curated list of these events that are available. Okay, and so provides a comprehensive, professional, and personality tailor-made event discovery report. Okay, so she's like your scouting agent. She's like the herald. I herald his coming. So she goes out there before you and lets you know, hey, based on the criteria that you put in, these are the events that out there that you might want to look at. So in the custom report, you'll get I'll walk you through this so you can see exactly what's going on. So location, search radius, how many months ahead of an event do you want to plan for, and then you can choose the event types. And so again, you've got all these event types: libraries, flea markets, expos, comic-cons, outdoor fairs, stores, and cafes. Now right now, the Kroger's author and grocery stores program, I'm putting a caveat on. Okay, I'm going to include it in another update, but right now it's not there. So if you're hearing this as of 8/14/2025, Evie's been live for less than 24 hours. This part of the program is not functional yet. Okay, so there's some things I need to do because the Kroger's and authors grocery store program is not available across the United States, not to my knowledge. But I do want to make authors aware of this and have that in the report, but it's not in the report yet. So you're going to get this, but it's not in there yet. So I just want you to be aware of that if you're not seeing it. Okay, so everybody knows what the expectations are. So basically what Evie is doing is she's looking with the Google search, because that's how most of us try to find events. We're finding through Facebook, Google search, or different places. She's basically doing a Google search and trying to pull that data for us. Okay, And so and then gives that information to you in your email. So you now have places that you can look at to sell your book. So let's go through the process of doing an Evie report, and let's see what it's like and how long it takes. Okay, so I'm going to put the timer up. I don't know if I think I have my screen up. We'll put wow, we'll do it this way. I've got my cell phone here, and we'll do a little timer and see how long it takes. Stopwatch. All right, so boom, starting now. Okay, so we're going to Evie site. You can press any one of these buttons. We'll discover your next event. Maybe I shouldn't put the stopwatch on because I'm going to explain and stuff. All right, so right now I think I'll stop it, because I do have to explain stuff. So right now you're seeing Evie is $29.99. There is no cost to use Evie right now. All of our services are free because we're in beta. And so if you want to use something, you should not be charged. You should contact me at donovan@agentivepress.net to get a coupon code so you can use all the services for free. Okay, so do not have to pay for anything. So in this case, I'm going to show you how to use Evie Max for free. So we're going to add it to cart. Okay, and you see in the product description, it just goes through everything that you see on our main page. So we're going to add to cart. Okay, you don't have to pay anything. And then once you add it to cart, you're going to go to view cart. And now here it is. It's in the cart. Okay, it's right here. Now again, you're not paying anything. So you're going to go to add coupon. You're going to type in the coupon code, which I just created. Evie Beta 1. You're going to put that in here, okay? Pay attention to this coupon code. You're going to put that in here, press apply, and then once you press apply, this should go down to 0. Then you're going to proceed to checkout, okay? Once you go to checkout, you're not going to worry about all of this stuff here. Now, if you're using it for the first time, you might have to put in contact information because I'm using WooCommerce on the back end from a sales funnel standpoint, and so you might have to go ahead and put that. You do not have to create any type of account or anything like that. Just go ahead and proceed. Once you get your information, and if that's even needed, go ahead and proceed where it says proceed to PayPal. Again, you're not paying anything. You're not going to PayPal. You're not putting in the credit card information, everything right now, because you're not buying anything. Okay, now once you get into the system, guess what? You actually have all access to all 5 agents right now. So you really only need one coupon code. Eventually, this will be segregated out and you won't be able to do that. But because I'm in beta, I'm letting everybody use all the tools as often as you want, as many times as you want. Okay? So we're going to go ahead to Evie, and then that's going to take us to the form that allows us to put in our information. So we're going to start a report. So I'm going to put in our Agent Press address. This is about an okay. So I'm just going to put in, let's see, I'm going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, any place, and I'll put in again Detroit, Michigan 48202. Okay, we're going to do, how about we're going to do a 50-mile radius. Well, we'll do 75-mile radius. Preferred event types. Now I can put in as many event types as I want, and I'm going to do that. So we're going to put in all of them just to see what the system will kick back to us. We're going to put in all the Comic-Cons, all the fairs, all the flea markets, any stores that we're aware of, and we're going to put 6 months in advance. Okay, now once I put this in here, I press submit. Okay, and now what's happening on the back end, in fact, let me just see here. Okay, so now I just, there we go. So again, on the back end, I get notification that an Evie report has been run. And the reason I'm getting this notification is because if something breaks, I need to know, when it broke, what information went to the system, why it broke, and so that's coming to me so I can be doing troubleshooting to figure out stuff. Okay, and so now Evie is doing execution, and there it is right there. See where it says Evie Max? It's running. So this is what I see as a developer in the background, so that you understand what's happening, what's going on. Okay, and so I expect this report to should take under 6 minutes. Okay, should take under 6 minutes to do, maybe a little longer. We'll see. Let's see. What was the last one that I ran? I ran an Evie Max report. That was an aberration. 4 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay, so it really depends on how much information, how long it takes is how much information you want it to curate. So in this case, we have asked for everything. Okay, if you ask for one thing, it's not going to take as long. But if you want more, it's got to do more work. It's got to do more scraping. Okay, so that's what's happening in the background. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this on pause, and then we'll come back after the report is done so you can see what it generated. So we'll be right back. All right, we're back, and as you can see, Evie Max ran. And just so that you can get an idea as to what happened in the background. So again, it took under 5 minutes to do. So if we go into the actual workflow itself, this is Evie Max. This is what it actually looks like. And so this is all of the work that's been put into making Evie run. And again, it still has a lot of work to do, a lot of refinement to do. Okay, so because we asked for everything, basically what this means is this is the information that's coming in, and then once the information comes in, it has to kind of be organized and formatted in a way that this template can understand. And so based on what you selected, it takes that information to these different agents. So there are 6 of them because there's 6 different categories, and depending on what you're interested in, what happens is that I have an LLM hooked up to these agents, and then I have a tool that the agent can access to say, okay, my job now basically is to go ahead and scrape the internet for these type of things. And so it does that. Then because once it gets that information, it has to be organized, and then it's sent to this area here. We're basically, okay, let's put all this information together, and then what happens is that it branches off into 2 areas. One piece of the information goes into a database that eventually will allow us as indie authors to be able to have that singular database that has all that information in it that we can evaluate, we can rate, and you can be able to go into the system and pull out that information that works for you. So that's kind of the long-term vision. And then, of course, on this branch here, what's happening is going to the report. So let's go and see what the Evie report actually looks like for what I put in. So it should have been mailed here, and there it is right there in my inbox. Evie in-person report for Donovan Neal. So when I go in there, and again, this is not going to be perfect, but you're going to get an idea as to what this report can do, and I need you to help me make it better for us. Okay, so I asked for libraries, and so these are the libraries. Now I had to give it how many to bring back, because this thing can search a lot. There's a lot of opportunities out there for indie, so there does have a limit on how many hits it will bring back. Okay, so these are some of the hits that it came back. There's Cheney branch of Detroit Public Library, historic author talk, Friends Quarterly meeting here. This said, notice the dates, 2024. So this is what I mean. I have to do a little bit more to hammer the AI agents. So it's like, hey, don't bring me back stuff that's already happened in the past. But this is not necessarily bad information either, because you as an indie author can now check out the Roseville Public Library and say, hey, I understand you guys had a Friends Quarterly meeting with local author speakers back in 2024. You're doing anything like that again? So this is an opportunity for you to go ahead and reach out and see if there might be an opportunity for you to do that again, or to be a part of that local author event that the library is hosting. So these are just a few. I already know that this is actually coming up, and so you've got all the information right here. Okay, and so you've got to check and verify this. Okay, so it's not something that I'm totally relying on the agent right now, so you do have to check it. So that's my caveat to you. Eventually, we'll create a portion of Evie where you as an author can go ahead and put in events that you actually know, and then I can add that to the report. So your people are getting better curated data. So garbage in, garbage out. And so I don't want to rely totally on the AI to give us everything, because really we can't, I think, at this stage. The tools are getting good, but at the stage, there's some hallucination in there still. So I want to make sure that I'm giving you the best products, either free or at a much reduced cost. Okay, and so let's continue looking through this. Stores and cafes. So you're going to get this for every store unless it's able to pull up a specific name. So don't get turned off or don't get distraught over this common category. It only happens in the store cafe category, but because what you got here is all of these different phone numbers. Okay, so what you can do, you got the location, find the location that you're interested in. We said again, I think 50 or 75 miles from Detroit, so that's why it's giving me this stuff. But what it's done is it's tagged that these locations, okay, have done something with indie authors before publishing books. So what I would do is I would pull this number and I would throw it into Google and see what comes up, and then I would contact them to see. So my point is, this is a way for you to begin the process of finding indie author events when you don't know, where do I go, where do I look? Yes, there's a lot of places you can go to look, but we're going to try to do our best to curate from all of these different sources to provide you ready access, ready information. So you're seeing the starting process of that, where this is going to go, where this is going to head. Help me to help us to make it better. Okay, and now we've got expos. So see, some of the expos are coming. So it did good here. Here's one in November. This one already occurred. Look like the specific date is being printed. So these are ones that are upcoming. So this is the only false positive. It's false in the sense that it's outside the date range of what we're looking for. Okay, and that's one of the things I have to tighten up about Evie. But what's good about it is that this, let's say you're an author who's written a nonfiction book about business. Maybe this is something that you want to explore. So even though it's giving you a date that has already occurred, maybe you didn't know about this. And so now you can go ahead and check in, and maybe you can get you a vendor table and sell your book there again. So think about how you can use this report, how this tool can be beneficial for you, okay? Because you might see something on, and even though you might have already signed up for something, or might be something that has occurred in the past, it still might be something you can put on your radar to look at for future opportunities. Okay, so that's why I put Evie out there, because even though she's not exactly doing 100% what I want her to do yet, she's doing enough of it. It's doing enough of it that it's like, you know what, I still want to put the information out there because I think this will be helpful for some individual. And like I said, I've already had that confirmed by one author, where it's basically said, hey, out of these events, I guess she got 4 hits back. She only did 1 search. 2 of them she had already signed up for. 1 of them was passed, like this March 21st event that you're seeing here. But 1 of them she didn't know about, and that's why I put Evie out there. Then we've got outdoor fairs, Ann Arbor Street Festival, Festival of Books. Again, this stuff has already happened, but here's something that's coming up. Okay, so again, I'll tighten that up. I'll get that fixed, and so you won't get these past events, because right now it looks like Evie's kind of looking, as much as I've told her so far, hey, today is, let's say, August 14th. Don't look at anything past before August 14th. She's still doing that, and so we'll get that fixed. That's not a big deal. But in the meantime, take advantage of it. Roll with that punch, and look at these as things that you can make as part of your indie author event calendar. That's stuff that you might want to sell your stuff at. We've got Comic-Cons that are coming up again. She's missed the Comic-Con that's coming up in November, but Yumicon is coming up. And so again, she's not perfect. She's not 100%. No flea markets or farmer markets that was scraped in this run. So this is an example of what you see in the report. It's going to get better over time. But again, in order to do that, I need your help. Okay, so again, I'm working on a new agent where you can input directly into the system author events that you know, and then I'll have Evie pull from that curated database to supplement what's going on here. Okay, so that's upcoming. That's something that I'm going to be working on within the next week. So I think I can have that ready within the next 7 days or so, Lord willing. But I just wanted to give you a taste of what's to come and what's presently possible. So I hope you enjoyed this little demo of Evie, Evie Max, and what she can do. And hey, do well out there. I know all of our journeys are different, and remember, these tools are designed not to take away from your creativity, but allow you to be more creative by allowing you to do the things that I know you care about most, which is creating new products, creating new works for your readers. And well, let's try to create something together that will make the administrative side of things easier for us. Okay, until the next video, this is Donovan here. God bless you. Take care.